Yeah. Hey, congratulations on your win. That was phenomenal knockout just at the 1 minute mark. Going forward, you're going to the finals. How do you plan on keeping your momentum going?
Buenas noches con todos. Bien, ¿no? Es una pelea que en verdad yo esperaba que sea así, una pelea rápida, intensa. Hemos trabajado muy fuerte con el equipo. Así que los resultados se están dando, ¿no?
It's what we expected. We've trained very hard this whole camp with my team. We expect a fast finish, and that's what we got. It's good to see our labor being able to showcase in front of all these people.
Yeah. And going in to the finals, you will be taking on Mavlid. And when I asked him who would he like to see, he did point out he'd like to see you in the
reaction. No fue primera vez en esta ciudad, pero no pasó la primera vez. ¿Cómo te sientes en esta ciudad? ¿Cómo conocía la gente? ¿Y cómo te gustó la ciudad?
No es la primera vez que estaba aquí. Yo ya tuve una pelea aquí hace muchos años. Era muy joven, la perdí, así que la tomé más que todo como una revancha, ¿no? Estoy contento de haber ganado y haberle dejado a Nashville un buen resultado.
This is actually not my first time in Nashville. I had a fight here a while ago that I actually lost, so I treated this as a rematch and was very happy to get the Nashville show.
And I guess what does it mean to be able to represent Peru and kind of put on the show?
¿Qué significa rico de tener un representante en Perú?
Estoy contento y estoy feliz de que la gente esté dando cuenta que en Perú hay nivel, ¿no? Yo soy hecho en Perú, en casa en Perú, no exactamente en otro lado. Así que pueden darse cuenta de que estamos hechos en Perú.
I'm made fully in Peru. My camps are always in Peru. I don't travel elsewhere. I'm very happy just to showcase the type of talent and high level Peru has offered.
What would be the difference for you mentally and emotionally going in and getting a victory in the championship this year? You've already been a champion. Would there be any difference?
Emocionalmente, cuando te digan una segunda vez, ya que lo hiciste en el campeonato.
Yo voy a ganar el campeonato de eso no tengo duda. Voy a salir y voy a acabar esa pelea. Significa mucho para mí poder demostrar al mundo de que estamos hechos los peruanos, de que este es un equipo, de que este es un entrenador y toda la gente que está atrás.
It means a lot to me being able to win the tournament a second time and just keep on showing the high level that Peru has, my team has, my coach Ivan has, and this will just be another opportunity to showcase what I've trained all my life.
You obviously there was a change in format. You obviously wanted was the regular season, one away from playing the World Tournament. A little closer in schedules. What do you think of the difference between the regular season and the World Tournament?
La primera vez que ganas en el formato viejo de que en 4-3 años de pelea y mucho más grande. ¿Cómo te gustó?
La verdad es que no le tomo mucha importancia al formato nuevo. Yo salgo a acabar las peleas, he acabado todas las peleas que tengo. Esto es la primera, así que estoy listo para acabar.
For me, the format really doesn't change much. I've finished every fight in PFL except my first one. My goal is always to finish, and to be honest, nothing really changes for me with the format.
I think it's undeniable you are a star, not just for the promotion, but in your division around the world. And as you can see, you're taking your company with you. How much does it mean to be one of the best fighters in the world representing PFL?
Se ha hecho claro que la estrella de 45 en la compañía y en MMA de todo el mundo. ¿Qué te significa a ti ser pues, una estrella? Está llevando a PFL a niveles más altos y una estrella de
Estoy contento, estoy feliz por todo lo que hemos recibido de PL. Voy a seguir peleando, voy a seguir tomando las peleas que vengan y seguir acabando todos los rivales.
I'm very happy for the opportunity that PFL has offered me, and I'll keep on taking every fight that's offered me and just showing my high level and being able to finish guys.
Anyone else? Awesome. Thank you so much, Jesus. Congrats again.
Congratulations.
Diego, thank you. Are you ready?
We're going to try and get through. So the game. Yeah.
Get some good run on your interview.
Huh.
Said we're getting some good run on your interview.
We are, yeah.
Let's go.
Thank you again.
Oh, you're very welcome. You got it.
Here.
Yeah. They just said they flipped over to the.
They're, you know, if they're cute.
I just heard the audio. That's me, yes. Thank you. Just want to when we can start our commercial. Thank you, copy. This is mine. Yes. Fantastic. We're going to get started, everybody. I'll make a statement and then we'll get into questions. And it's great to see everybody out here. It really is. I think I know some of you. Some of you I do not know. My name is Jonathan Coachman. You can call me Coach. We've got a lot of new roles this year, and we're super, super excited. So as far as tonight goes, obviously that main event had a lot of hype, and it had a lot of excitement coming in. We want to give credit to Thad Gene on the win. It was so tough and so close with the split decision. And obviously to Jason Jackson, too. They both had different strengths, and I think you saw that tonight. So it was almost like a stalemate at times. It could have gone the other way as well. So obviously Thad Gene is very excited. We're excited for him. He's a homegrown star. He's going to be one of the faces as we move forward. So I think it's going to be a dynamic matchup with him against Logan Storley, and such different styles. And Thad Gene over the next couple of months, he's going to have to figure out how to stop those takedowns. And Logan Storley is very, very, very strong. So we're excited about that finals coming up in August. And then on the other side, I think we're also going to have a difference in styles too, with Mobley just kind of mauls his opponents, and tonight was an absolute dominant victory. And then you have Pinedo. I sat down with him a couple times this week, and he said he was going to do exactly what he did, which was the first round KO. He said, I was dominant over Gabriel Braga both times, felt like he should have won both fights. And tonight he certainly cemented that trilogy. So I think we're off to a really good start. 2 of the 8 finals are set for our finals coming up in August. So we're super excited. I don't want to forget the guys on the opening card as well. I thought our first 3 fights were absolutely amazing. They came right out. The 2 local guys that came out the first fight really set the tone. The crowd here in Nashville was great. We've been here for 3 or 4 days, and we can't say enough good things about this town. We most definitely will be coming back. So a shout out to those guys as well. So now we'll just open up for questions, and whatever you guys got, fire away. We'll get to it.
Coach, over here,
Yeah.
how did you have the main event?
Well, I was talking to some of the guys in the front row. There was a couple of buddies of mine from the Challenge and MTV, and they had bets on Jason Jackson. So they were trying to get me to tell them, because I get the results before, obviously, it's announced. And honestly, I said it could have gone either way. I really didn't know how the judges were going to score the takedowns. And Thad Gene was just on with the guys. And he said, and I thought it was kind of a good quote, he said, what's a takedown without damage? And I think kind of the new rules in MMA are, if you get taken down and get right back up, there's no damage, then you don't get credit for that. So I think because of those, the 130-27 is probably why that was the Thad. Split decision is probably the right call, because you'd probably have it different than me than her. So I have no issues with it whatsoever.
And then there was a lot of great performances here tonight. One of the biggest stars in the PFL, Francis Ngannou, and his team just came out and said that they would like to go back to the UFC. And the PFL have a statement on that.
No, we don't. And I actually haven't even heard that. So that's not something we're going to address tonight. We had a big night tonight, and that's certainly not something I would ever address right now. So, no.
Coach,
Yeah.
we have an undefeated young fighter like that. Obviously, a lot of people are saying this could be a McGregor Aldo moment, almost saying the only way he can win is with that one shot.
Yeah.
And he proves himself over 15 minutes, no matter how the judges score it. How good is that for his life here with the company?
Mike, that's a good question. And I've said this a couple times this week, that sometimes you can win even when you lose, right? If you go in, and I think so many times people get so tied up in the 0 on one side of your name. And in MMA, that's not what it's all about. It's about going in. And that's certainly what we've been preaching to the teams that fight here. I'll be honest with you. We weren't happy with a couple of the fights tonight on the undercard, and we let the guys know that, because we're not going to sit back and just take the fights and let guys walk in and maul. So for Thad Gene, we talked to him a lot, and Jason Jackson. He said, guys, we're behind you. We're going to push you. We want you guys to be the face of this organization. So for Thad, I think if he goes back and watches the tape, he's going to learn a lot of things. He's an awesome guy, and he's the right guy. And when you're an MMA organization, you got to have your 3 or 4 stars that you build around. And he's certainly one of ours. He's a homegrown guy. I thought tonight was a big time learning lesson for him, because it's kind of like if you're a quarterback and you've never been to the Super Bowl before. You don't really know what it's like when the red light comes on. Everything's different. The length of the day. You're waiting to fight until midnight, but sometimes you're used to fighting at 8 o'clock. That's a different thing. When do you eat your pregame meal? All that kind of stuff. So I thought he really learned a lot tonight. Getting the victory was an added bonus. But even if he would have lost tonight, I still don't think that would have hampered his progress. You got to remember, he wasn't even supposed to be in the tournament this year. He got in because somebody else got pushed out. So I also say this, that to be great, some of the all-time great fighters, whether it's MMA or boxing, they've had those stepping stones. They've had those tough fights. And you have to have those great moments when you're growing. And that's why I've never really agreed with, well, they're not ready yet. He was ready. It's a tough fight. But guess what? It's what life's all about, right? It's about tough fights. So I thought tonight he really showed himself well. And he's going to be somebody, there is no question, we're going to put everything we have behind, for sure.
And let's do a full calendar here, just kind of look at what the NFL has done. Not only changing formats, but you have promoted it to us with the promotion by score last year. Daijin is doing that, and he's not even in the championship fight yet. So is this kind of the proof is in the pudding for what the NFL position is long term? We have familiar names, or now we're growing our own.
There's no question. And that's why we kind of have the two different things. We have the Champions Series that we're getting ready to really start, and then we have the PFL World Tournament. And the one thing I talked to some of the fighters about this week that they're super excited about is now having a roadmap. And that's what announcing all these Champions Series dates is all about. Because as a fighter, here's what we want, and we're not dancing around it, that if you continue to win and be successful and be exciting, we're not going to be backing guys that are not exciting. That's just not what we're about anymore. And in 2025, we can't be. I don't care what MMA organization it is. So now you're talking Ditch, but she's exciting. She's a knockout machine. You got that Gene, big, strong, great looking, and he can knock out too, and he's charismatic. And then you also have to be able to talk. You can't talk, you can't get over. So that is 100%. We're not hiding it. And we're also focused on what we're doing. So a lot of people want to, and it's not picking on him over here, but we're not focused on the UFC. We're focused on what we're going to do. UFC was where we were 20 years ago. And guess what? One foot in front of the other. We have nights like tonight. We have nights like we had in Orlando. That's how we get people to watch. That's how we get people to pay attention. But you got to put on good, exciting fights. And that's what we're all about, man.
And last one for me, coming into the semifinal, a lot of announcements made about promotion.
Yeah.
You app, going on the road, paying further, ticket prices. It's like you guys are listening and adjusting on the go. What do you make of the changes that have been recently announced?
I love it. I love the meetings that we're having. And you got to understand, we brought in a lot of good people. And I have a lot of sayings that I like to use, but I always say there's levels to this game. And not everybody's built to be on the highest level, or built to be in MMA, or built to be in pro wrestling, or built to be in combat sports. But we've got a lot of really good people on the production side. You got somebody standing right in front of me right here who is next level when it comes to running stuff around the world, understands how you build it around the world. And the one thing that we're really focused on is building all the different PFLs, the Africans, the Australians, the MENAs, the Europes, and the app is a huge part of that. Because we heard the fans. We understand they wanted to see Paul Hughes and couldn't. But sometimes when you're building a promotion, remember, we're only 6-7 years in. It's different now. Streaming is now a big thing, and 7 years ago it was not. And so now having the app and having it be such a unique app, and having fans in the United States be able to watch all the fights around the world, now we can make those guys stars, and not just Paul Hughes, but we can make the stars in all of the different promotions and eventually build what I like to call the Champions League of MMA, just like they do in soccer, and then have all of the big fight and the big fighters either come to the United States or having big fights in wherever it is. But we're certainly not just focused on the United States, but we're focused on fans first. And that's why we started the $25 tier to get in. We want people in the building, but we want people watching. We want them in. So sick and tired of the negativity all over social media, not just with this, but with everything. Tonight was fun, wasn't it? Wasn't that fun? And that's what life's all about. There's so much crap going on right now. Sometimes you got to have a night where you go, man, that was pretty cool in Nashville. And that's what we had tonight. What's up, man?
You mentioned obviously, you brought Paul Hughes there. I mean, a couple was during the week was announced this starting early involvement, but it's happening next week. And if you can push that, and that's going to determine who fights is going to move out there. I guess what's the reasoning behind going a different route instead of Paul Hughes and moving that up?
I don't think that's been announced yet. I don't think that's been confirmed yet. So we actually talked a little bit today. So you might be getting ahead of yourself a little bit. That's okay. That's okay. But as soon as we can, we will. And that's the other thing, man. We're going to listen to the fans. We're not here to drag stuff out and say, Paul, you got to fight 2 other guys to get back to him. That's not what we're all about. But we also have to make the right fights. We got to bring the right fighters at the right price. And that's the other thing. You guys saw a lot of coming into this year, fighters that got brought in that were just honestly paid too much money. And right now, we're setting a new bar. If that Gene continues to win and win and win and win, he's going to make more and more money. That's how it's going to work. And so with a guy like Paul Hughes, we want him back in. That was probably the best fight of the year in January. Wouldn't you agree? Right, definitely. Don't you want to see that again?
No, I was able to just say the promotion week or week, but there's other fights.
Bro, understand this. Look at my Twitter, okay? That's all I'm going to say. We have issues right now with Twitter. We'll deal with that. But no, there's nothing been said with that at all.
Also, you look up to this celebrity all over the event.
Yeah.
Bobby Denfeld out there tonight.
Sure.
Someone was like around before I turned the week with those surprise.
Yeah.
Involved in some way. Shows me see what he loves to get up.
Well, he loves PFL. He loves MMA, and we're going to welcome everybody here. But that's pretty much all I know about it, and didn't really focus on it tonight. We're not going to, but we welcome everybody here that loves MMA, and that's pretty much it. You know what I mean? Yeah. What's up, man? How you doing? Nice to meet you.
You mentioned last trip to Nashville, I guess. Why was that?
Well, I got to tell you, I used to come here a lot when I was in the WWE and loved it. And I got to tell you, I've been here 4 days, and the vibe's amazing. The people are amazing. It's exciting. But also, you saw all of our fans on the local news. The Titans welcomed us. I think Nashville, for whatever reason, and I wish other cities were like this, they understand that they're not what they call a major league city, but they're going to be. They're not New York. They're not LA. They're not Chicago. But they have amazing stuff. They have the Titans. They have minor league baseball. They have Vanderbilt. So to me, and I think it proved tonight, we had a really good crowd out there. And I think they were excited too. And we also have fighters that have a really good following. So to me, we've got to target certain cities in the United States as we grow, because we want to do way more than 10 in the United States. We'd love to grow to 12, 15, and eventually, and then obviously we have other fights around the world. But Nashville it's a growing city. Everybody knows that. Damn, we love it, man. We really, really do.
Obviously, it's a big like entertainment city.
Yeah.
Kind of hinted at it there. I guess what do you notice from actually when they fan base? It seems like it's a little more than coming out to see it fight. I mean, it seems like a novel.
Oh, no doubt. I went out the other night. I mean, not too late, of course, but I went out for a little while, and I just had everybody was coming up. And normally they're asking about WWE. This was all PFL, and this was all because we have the right promotion. You got to give Thad Gene and Jason Jackson credit. They were everywhere. But there's a reason it's called a promotion. You have to promote the fights. And it's prize fighting. And a lot of times we've lost track of that in the last 15 or 20 years. You've got to, if you're going to be prize fighting, you're fighting for money. And why do they want to come out? Because they got to care. You got to care about your main event fighters. You got to care about your co-main event fighters. And I think Nashville, it's also the Midwest, really nice people. I come from Kansas, and we're going to be in Wichita next week. I can't wait to get there. And I think that matters. And I really, really do. And there's just great people here. So this has been nothing but awesome. And everybody we call say, yep, bring them on out. That doesn't always happen.
You missed your return. That's something you guys
Bro, I'm looking at Wichita next week, man. And then we're looking at Chicago after that. This is all new for us. I know we've been around for a few years, but I haven't been. Chris hasn't been. The incredible production staff hasn't been. It's really a new PFL. And the fighters will tell you that. This is like the first time. I talked to a lot of the fighters this week, and they want to be here. And the one thing, and I want you to quote me on this, we don't want to be a place that we just sign old UFC fighters. That's not. We want to be a place where people want to come when they're just signing their pro contract. Good young fighters that want to be exciting, and they come out and they give us a firefight, and we want to see them again, right? So Thad Gene, he was a Challenger Series guy, right? I would love to see the Challenger Series come back, but that's step by step. You can't just do it. The finances have to work, right? So, but there's no doubt that we want to do a lot more, for sure. All right, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Anybody else? We good? All right, thank you, everybody. Thanks for coming. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right, that's gonna be a minute. It's just not getting done.
Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you. Good night.
Yeah.
Bye, guys. Yes. It is that.
Yeah, you know. Silence. Very wide, yeah. Thank you.
I say, I'll give you my name, Chicago. Wow, you're so great. Thank you. Thank you. I'll see you in Chicago.
Boring question, you know, from the effective measure.
Right now. Over. 1 second. Okay, I like, give me 15 seconds.
I will also take notes, perfect,
Oh, it looks like you're getting it.
in the final photo.
Yeah, refreshment.
Okay. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, on the other keyboard, then I will. Either,
Like those.
if you could, like, you could something like,
Yeah.
a gray or dark. It is almost like it, right? Almost like it.
Yeah, no, I guess not so much.
The gray.
I don't think it's fine necessarily. But yeah. Yeah, I feel like Coach is a good, like, fix, like, break it off.
Because you have, like, your Cookville curveball, and then you have a little bit of a second.
Yeah.
Which is like.
You know. It's. Right, you remember what we called it? When we were in Orlando, what did we officially call it? Remember we were all like trying to, we were all talking about it? Did we ever come up with anything? I don't know. I'm not for sure. All right, I'm pretty sure we went on.
So I just, if I end up. Thank you so much. Hello, guys. Woo! All right. Do it fast.
All right, whenever y'all.
Guys,
First.
I'll go first.
There we go.
Congratulations on your win. You're headed to the finals.
Thank you.
Of course. You'll be going against, yes, you both have very different fighting styles. How do you anticipate your training from now until the finals?
I'm gonna probably have to go against real gorillas, honestly, because I already know Logan Storley is gonna grab and he's gonna be able to really bring me into deep waters. And I mean, I'm gonna have to say, going against Jason Jackson has definitely been the toughest fight in my career. And I don't think a fight will get tougher than that. Now that I felt that, I know my training has to go to the next level. And it was a close fight. I'm gonna say I kept the pressure, I kept the movement, dropped in the first round. Second round, iffy, but last round it was just who wanted it more, and I just kept pushing, kept moving. It just, and the last ending, I just kept striking. He held, but this is not 2000s where you just taking someone down gets you the fight. And you have to take down and do damage. And I mean, it took me down, but I got back up, and I'm ready to do that with Storley. I'm not gonna say he won't take me down. I know he's gonna take me down. I know he's gonna have that chance, but I'm gonna have to wrestle back. That's what I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to wrestle back with Storley.
In your fight tonight, I mean, you looked amazing out there. Was there, looking back and thinking back to this fight, is there anything you wish you would have done differently?
Honestly, kept my composure when I dropped him in the first round instead of going into his guard. You know, I like to go on top and just ground and pound, but he's a veteran. He was like he said before, he's been in deep waters before, and he proved the point that he has been in deep waters, and he knew how to just adjust to the situation he was in. He got hurt. He was saying he went against harder punches than me, but honestly, like I said, I'm gonna punch you, but I'm gonna aim when I punch too. So I hit him in the right spot. It wasn't a flash knockout like I always hope it is, but it was a good knockdown. Where towards I got him hurt, and he was still hurt when he got up. So just making sure that when I hurt them, I'm not just looking for the kill shot, but setting up the kill shot.
Last question. Obviously, when you walked out, I mean, you were a crowd favorite. You
Yes.
know, how is that feeling walking into the smart cage and just hearing your name being chanted over and over again?
It's such a beautiful feeling. Honestly, I mean, to have such a great support system is just, like I've said before, God's plan.
Yeah.
And being able to go out there and, put on the show that everybody knew it was going to be. The Clash of the Islands, Jason Jackson versus the up-and-coming Bad G. I kept my zero. Oh, thank God, I kept my zero. It's so good. Like, that was a tough fight. And there's going to be people in the comments, you didn't win that fight. You didn't win the fight. But you
Always.
So it doesn't matter. And I took the win. And Jason Jackson, there's no hard feelings, man. I love that dude. His family's fantastic. Kill Clip is a great team as well. So I you know what? I'm going to try to recruit Jason Jackson to get ready for Logan Storley. Yeah.
Well, congratulations again. You looked right up there, and good luck in the finals.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Congrats, Ed. How confident were you in this setup?
I mean, the thing is, I was confident that I was going to win. I didn't know by how much I was going to win. I don't know. I knew it would probably be a split decision, and it was a split decision. And it was a tough fight, honestly. But I'm never happy. I should say I'm happy, but I'm never as happy as I should be when it's a win, when I know it was close. Because I want to make it. I'm a fighter, and I want to make it a definitive one. I want to make sure that there was no question that I won, that there's no talk back, there's no people on the other side, there's people on my side. No, there's no way Dajin won that fight. It was completely dominant. But it was a back and forth. I pushed it, he pushed it, I pushed it, he pushed it. It was a great fight. So I was confident that I won, but I'm not completely satisfied with a close one.
It was a close win. You almost knocked him out there.
Yeah.
How close were you getting?
I feel like if I would have played it smart the entire time and stuck to my training, but that's what the experience does, right? Like you guys said, he does have experience. I like to downplay the experiences. I don't want that to rule my confidence going into the cage. Hearing somebody say, "Oh, more experience," it's going to downplay anyone's confidence. But that's how I learn. I could have finished him. I know I could have finished him, but I got ahead of myself. I should have finished that, but I got ahead of myself. But I won't do it again. Promise you guys, I will level up.
Did you get to see any of a Logan fight, or were you going up in?
I saw some of Logan's fight, yeah, but I was in the back. It was 2 fights before me, so you're warming up at the moment of that. And so when I looked, I kept seeing him take Masuki down. Am I saying that right? Kikuri, Masuki. I seen him take him down, but I seen him get up as well. So if you can get up with him, then I can get up with him because I know I have better just get back up game than Kikuri. So I know that Logan, when he strikes, he's not striking to strike. He's striking to go into a takedown. So I know his game. I know his game, and I can get ready for his game. I'm gonna say that he's not striking to strike. He's striking for the opening to take down. So I'm going to be working for that the entire time.
There were big days, but like he would change over for the sake of
Yeah, because he felt the power. He felt the power, and I know that. Logan Storley knows the power's there. He felt the power, and he went to go take down, but he took down. I got up, and he just held on. It's not like he did any damage or anything like that. He just held on, and when I reversed it, I got damaged off the clinches and things like that. So it was a good fight, but I didn't think Jason would do that. Now I know that it doesn't matter who it is. If you show them you have enough power, they're striking to take you down. It's MMA. Don't think it's going to be, oh, let's go, we're a Mexican standoff type of thing. No, it's a I'm gonna try to win this fight, and I'm gonna be, you know, more cognitive of that for the future fights.
You go with that, going into, the finals now, I guess like, it,
5 rounds.
Logan's not a guy who
Ugh.
lost a lot.
No,
But this, the build for this was, it has a little strange, Jason definitely went quite far.
I love it. Doesn't matter. He did what he was supposed to do. You know what I mean? That's what we're in the entertainment business, and I love that. When we can entertain the fans and get them so pumped up or something like this, I don't care what he says. We're fighters. We're gonna go and fight anyways. So what are you gonna say? Oh, I'm gonna fight you. Okay, we're about to do that. You know what I mean? We can hash it out in the cage like we didn't actually get paid for it, and that's exactly what happened. We hashed it out, and you seen the love after the fight. So we built that fight up, and we built it up the right way. And you know, no hard feelings. I love Jason Jackson. He loves me. We're ready. We're men at the end of the days. We're warriors at the end of the days. It's just, let's make this a fight fans want to see. And was that not a great fight? So, you know, it was good. It was good. I don't think it's going to be the same thing with Sterling, but with the build up. But we'll see. I'll probably text him, hey, man, can you say something about my mom too or something? I'll make this fun.
You're coming in the fight, we talk about having to play the alpha.
Yeah.
While that was 13 seconds. Your fight was 15 minutes. You still feel like maybe not necessarily one moment in the fight, but the overall, and it being the way, completion of the fight, that's your moment to show, hey, I'm here, I belong.
Yes, honestly, man, come on. Jason Jackson is a 2-time former world champion, right? Not just Bellator, and he beat a guy who's 29 now. He has the resume. He won the PFL versus Bellator championship. He has the credentials. He has the experience. He has the level that I want to be, that I wanted to be at, but now I am at. So it doesn't matter that it wasn't a first round knockout like I wanted to be, like it could have been. I still got my hand raised at the end of the night, and my career is still going to put me on the map. You know, this is going to put me on the map. People are going to deny it. People are going to love it. It doesn't matter. As long as you're talking about me, my career is going up.
You're very good guy, obviously. But I think you showed something after the fight, which is that immediate respect to Jason and his family. And while the promotion was fantastic, I know everybody loved it. I think that is equally important, turning it right back around and show who is honest.
Yeah. I mean, come on, like I said, we're 2 men going at it. It could be women as well. 2 men going at it in the cage, and we are letting our heart out. Like, come on, bro, we were just going at it. And that is like, if you know, for lack of better words, a love story, a love song, like we're dancing, we're having a good time, and we're going at it. We're trying to take each other's head off. But at the end of the day, thank you for allowing me to go out there and showcase the skills that I've worked so hard to do, and actually at the end of the night get paid to fight somebody, right? Get paid at the end of the night to fight someone. We both got to represent our country. There's no hard feelings between Haiti and Jamaica. We're both very prideful countries. We're both very, you know, up with our nationality and who we are. But at the end of the day, it's all love. We're brothers. You know, we're brothers. Even if we're not blood brothers, we're brothers. You know, and that fight just makes it more of a fight where he has his kid. His son is such a beautiful kid, bro. His son is great. His daughter's great. His son was so nice leading up to this fight. Every time he came up to me, he'd be like in this shadow box and be like, "Oh, you're gonna fight my dad? You're gonna fight my dad?" I was like, "Yes, I am." You know. And at the end of the fight, I got to hug his kid too. You know, I got to hug him. I got to hug his kid. You know, you don't want to see your dad go out there and lose, but the kid was still really cool. Still really cool. That just goes to show how good of a dad Jason Jackson is. You know.
So it's I know that game going on. Jason Jackson say or want to know that game.
Keep going, Papa. Brother, you are doing a great job. Keep going. You're nervous. I was such a nervous kid. I didn't want to know. You're nervous, bro, but you're going to conquer that nerve. You put Christ first. You will conquer that nerve and understand that it is God's plan. You're going to get to 10-0. Getting to the 10 is going to be tough, but it is God's plan. Keep your faith strong. Keep your hard work ethic, and you just keep fighting. Keep going, and you make sure you love everyone. It's Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, right? We go through it. Men go through it. We go through it, and he's a man who has a family. You know, he has a sense of having to provide. Something like this is going to hurt anybody, but putting Christ first, like I would tell myself in the future, put Christ first, and you will be okay. And tell everyone else to spread that message so that everyone else feels the joy that you feel.
Last one for me, looking at August, obviously you just watched Jason Jackson, teammates with Logan Storley.
Yeah.
they, not only do you have to prepare, they have to prepare for you. So obviously turning it around, Jason and Logan, there's gonna be conversations, but how do you think, like, he can't really go back in or late because it's too early.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna start talking crap about how Killcliffe's whole flight camp has to be around me. But I mean, if it was against a dirty guy, Jason Jackson's a great guy, so I didn't want to say that about Killcliffe. I mean, Killcliff is a great team as well, so it was no hard feelings. But honestly, they're gonna have to fight. The whole fight camp is how do we beat the Silverback? What do we do? I don't know. I can't tell you. I'm trying to beat the Silverback as well, so that the Silverback can level up. So whatever he figured out, I figured out as well. So I mean, good luck getting ready for me, but just know I'm getting ready for you too. And I'm going to be trying to murder myself in every sense I can when it comes to training, because I know that is what it's going to take to beat the Logan story. Thank you, brother. Not the dark horse. I'm not the dark horse no more, right? I'm getting up there.
Talks a lot throughout this week about this being your first man.
Yeah.
Now that's all wrapped up. I guess. What was the energy like this week? What was the small streets like?
Honestly, bro, I was so joyful. I am so joyful. I am so, like, come on. You got to think about it. I've never been on the main card. I didn't think about going against Jason Jackson. I'm so serious. I am a fan of Jason Jackson. Last year at the Chicago fight against Romy Davien, I saw Jason Jackson. He just got done winning the PFL versus Bellator. I was like, oh shit, it's Jason Jackson. Let me take a picture of him. And then he even said that day, hey man, you're doing great. I'm looking at you. You're doing a great job. Now look, we just fought. I just won against Jason Jackson. And it's not, I mean, isn't that not crazy? It's just 365 days. Is that not crazy? Days.
I guess how does it look to expectations you might have had? Maybe like you started, you're like, hey, this
I knew I was going to be at this point. I didn't know when I was going to be at this point. I knew I was going to be. When, I can never tell you. No one can ever tell you when. But they can tell you they know. You got to have confidence. You got to have faith that you know you'll be there. When, I don't know. But you just got to keep pushing forward. Keep pushing forward. And now that I'm here, I'm gonna fly forward. I'm going to fly forward.
I
Excited.
guess how does that moment like just take you down Jason?
Ah.
Like you said, you know you're gonna get here.
I mean, again, I was ecstatic. It's just like, gosh, yes, I won. Let's go. You know? And now it's on to the next one. Jason Jackson, I was prepared for him, but now I got to prepare for Logan. I need that belt. I want that belt. I want that title, and then I want to go against, and I want the ultimate welterweight belt. Yeah, belt. I am going to be the superstar of this promotion. I'm going to prove myself. And I need to prove myself. Not to myself. I already know I am. But I have to keep proving it to fans. I have to keep letting them, let them know that, hey, their faith in Thad as a fighter, a great fighter, is not misplaced. Thank you, brother. Good.
I have one more question.
Yeah, come
Just
on.
because there's a lot to
Yeah,
celebrate.
yeah.
You are on your 10th win in a row.
Yeah.
It's your first main event. And you're going to the finals. How do you plan on celebrating?
Oh, man, I hope you guys come turn up with us. You will see. You see my brother? You will see. I'm going to make up big yells tonight. I'm going to go do karaoke. I'm going to go singing. I'm going to go dancing. Well, that's singing karaoke, same thing. I'm going to go dancing. I'm in Nashville. We're actually staying till Saturday. So we're going to get turned up. I haven't drank in like 8 months. I think tonight I'm going to drink a bit. A lot. Drink a bit. Maybe not tonight. Maybe I'll save this for tomorrow night. I'll just stay hungover on the plane right back. But I'm going to celebrate. Come on. I'm going to celebrate. I hit double digits. I'm 10-0. I've broken it. I've broken past a huge barrier, I believe. And I am there's no limit. There is no limit. So I'm going to turn up. As you can see, my fans there, or my supporters, the Silverback Nation, they're crazy. Any bar is going to love having us. We are going to be the life of we're going to be the life of Broadway, not just a bar, Broadway. It's going to be great. I'm telling you. Watch.
What do you see?
Everything.